What's up, Packers fans? A little extra cheese for you on this Tuesday afternoon after the first minicamp practice has come to a close. We've heard from Matt LaFleur, Devontae Adams, David Bakhtiari, and Devin Funchess. And now it's time to hear from you, Packers fans worldwide, because that's what we do here at GSED TV. We're devoted to Packers fans around the world. Good to see everybody in the comments section, including Big B's in the house. What's up, Big B? I hope you're doing well, man. So a few headlines here. I know the shaky Jordan Love 2-minute drill will undoubtedly grab all the headlines over the next 24 hours. And then we'll be on to whatever happens tomorrow. The wide receivers in the house, although Devontae Adams did not participate in the team stuff, he was doing drill work and then was off to the side working with trainers. Mostly both Matt LaFleur and Devontae confirmed, just about easing him back in. They don't have to do anything too crazy with him, especially after he missed the last couple weeks of OTAs. Devontae also putting out there that it was not a coordinated effort on anybody's part for all the wide receivers to miss the last 2 weeks. Just happened to be, I guess, coincidence, although he didn't want to use that word, or he said maybe that wasn't the best word to use. Yeah, good to see everybody jumping in. Look at this. Look at all these people. 2 minutes of love. Yeah, well, the 2-minute drill of love. Bob, thank you for the kind words. It's very nice of you. I'm going to keep this short, by the way. I'm not going to go very long. I'll go like 10, 15 minutes. Because I got a lot of stuff to do, but I also want to let you guys know, if you got more questions when I'm done, stick around and be back tonight for Pack's What She Said live with Perry and Maggie. They'll be talking about all the headlines coming out of today, including Maggie's great new article about the inside linebacker spot, which you all should check out at gsedtv.com, including Devondre Campbell being signed as an inside backer, the backer from who was an Arizona Cardinal last year. 4 years prior to that, he was with the Falcons. Very solid pickup, especially this late in the game. Anxious to see what he might bring when camp arrives and the pads come on. Tay is a teammate everyone wants, always has your back. The Funch looks big. Caleb, you are correct on both of those counts. Thrilled when I see extra cheese come across my feed. Well, great, Tom. I'm thrilled to do it. Thanks for stopping by. Hit like now. There you go, Andrew. That's what I'm talking about. Why the angry faces during Coach Matt LaFleur's press conference? What the fuck? Move on. Love it. Bob, man, trust me, on Facebook, I learned long ago that no matter what you're talking about or who's speaking or what the subject might be, there are going to be angry faces all the time. And especially with the Aaron Rodgers situation, there's going to be people pissed off on the internet each and every day going, dislike, angry, I hate this. Man, just let it slide off your back. It's all good. Perfect title, Nagler. I mean, we just listened to 4 different press availabilities asking the same fucking question 5 billion different ways. At some point, it's time to move on, right? No, of course not. We're going to go through that same exercise tomorrow and then on Thursday. I can't wait. It's good to see the Packers players back at it. Michelle, yes, it is, isn't it? It's just great to see them out on the field, practicing, being together. Again, it doesn't mean a whole heck of a lot, the end game, where they want to go, etc. But it is great to have them all together in one spot, working on stuff, developing chemistry, how to practice. That's what Matt LaFleur said he wanted to kind of jive with here these next 3 days, getting guys, especially the young players, acclimated to how they do business, how they conduct a practice, how they go from drill to drill, things like that. It's good to see. Good to see everybody working towards a common goal, like especially after an offseason completely oversaturated with how much division there supposedly is inside the Packers organization. JD, thanks for the super chat. Love you, Nags. Was just watching the Bakhtiari interview on YouTube, and it was pulled while Dave was answering a question. That probably was when they were jumping to Devin Funchess starting. Maybe whoever was running it did it by accident. I don't think there was any kind of attempt to hide anything. I watched the whole thing. In fact, I had a question to ask David, and then Olivia Reiner asked my question right before I was going to go, and then I put my hand down, and then I raised my hand again because I had another question, but by then it was too late, and they had asked the final question. But I watched the whole thing, and there was definitely not anything too crazy, or I would think that they would want to hide. If anything, Devontae Adams let an F-bomb drop. That was fun. I have tickets for Monday night home opener, and I can't fucking wait. It's been 2 years. Tell me about it, Brad. Can't wait to be in Lambeau with the Packers playing again. It's going to be amazing. Bakhtiari for training camp 2022. Yes, that's exactly how he opened up. Love it. Football. Thank you, Stu. Does Funchess come at expense of some Lazard? Seem very similar, but excited for both. Joe, there's a distinct possibility in that regard, as far as doing a lot of that dirty work, stuff over the middle, clear out stuff, especially if he comes correct in the blocking area as far as the run game. That's going to get him on the field more often than not. Yeah, very similar type in that regard. And Funchess is a bigger dude. So I think there could be some maybe redundancy there, but it's not to say I don't think Lazard's still going to continue to contribute, because I think he will. I know they love him. 12 loves him. That's assuming 12 is back. But Funchess has a long way to go. He's got to learn the offense, and he's got to kind of prove himself with consistency. But yeah, there's a chance that he could contribute quite a lot. Brett, thanks for the super chat. If you could change one thing about the interview process with the players and coaches, what would it be? Also, Adams is the man, and hope we extend him. It's an interesting question. I don't know, man. Everyone's in kind of a tough spot with continuing COVID protocols, which, by the way, if you weren't privy and you didn't watch Twitter all afternoon, A, congratulations, you have a life. B, 4 players were not in attendance today because of COVID protocol. Elton Jenkins, both Smiths, and somebody else who I can't remember off the top of my head, but 4 players were not able to participate because of COVID. It's still here, ladies and gentlemen. We're still dealing with it. It's annoying. But because of that, I only bring that up because, that's why we're still on Zoom. That's why we're not allowed, the media is not allowed in the locker room yet. And I know there have been rumblings, much to the consternation of some members of the NFL media, that this could extend into the regular season, the Zoom availabilities, what have you. I mean, for myself, obviously, it's a great thing. For Cheesehead TV, it's wonderful because I get access this way. I get access through the internet. It's wonderful. Obviously, during camp, I much prefer if they were in person, but I get whatever needs to be will be. But during the season, it's great. I love it. But I totally understand the beat, the media wanting to be in the locker room. It's just a lot easier, a lot more personable. Plus, you're not at the mercy of the PR group with who they hand out every day as far as after practice. Like during the locker room sessions, you can just walk up to whoever you need to. Now, that's provided they're in the locker room. A lot of guys avoid the locker room when the media is in there because they don't want to be talking to anybody. But I don't know if I'd change one thing. I'll tell you what, the one thing I would change is you used to be able to get the assistant coaches a lot easier in one-on-one situations. And now the only way you get them is in this group dynamic, whether it's the podium during regular times or the Zoom calls. That really sucks because it's not like you can have a conversation with someone. You can ask the one question and then you're on, like you used to be able to have a pretty decent kind of back and forth about, responsibilities and what the scheme is calling for in certain situations and things like that. And that you would get snowballing and you could have really good football talk. That's kind of impossible now. And outside of those Zoom availabilities that we get every other week from both sides of the ball, you have no access and no interaction with those guys. Where you used to, that's where you really built relationships back in the day, like 10 years ago or whatever. That process sucks. That is the one thing I would change. Sorry, that's a really long-winded answer, but I got a lot on my mind. Leave me alone. Ben, thanks for the super chat. Love how players are showing some love. Gotta love it. That's a lot of love, Ben. I hear it's all you need. But I agree. Absolutely. I do find it really interesting how much guys are not going out of their way, but making sure that it's not about, okay, I support Aaron and his right to do whatever, but like I'm 100% behind Jordan and want him to obviously do well, etc. Every guy is making sure to put that out there, which is great. Cameron, thanks for the super chat. I know he may not make the roster or whatever, but Funchess is friggin' huge. Some people forget what he looked like pre-injury in Indy. Oh, yeah, he's a monster. There's no doubt about it. It's kind of the prototypical guy that both the Packers traditionally, as far as going back to Ron Wolf and the prototype of the wide receivers, but also especially under Matt LaFleur, where they like those big guys on the outside who can steal the edge in the run game and then make something happen off the snap of the ball and out muscle a press corner, what have you, and maybe work some of those slant, smash, whatever the design's called for. He's going to fit right in if he picks up the playbook. Like I said before, I think I'm right there. Why don't you just send Corey to ask your scripted questions? Never mind. He'd never stick to the script and give mean looks to reporters. Oh, my God. Corey Banke in a Packers media setting would be amazing. The Sammy YP, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. So is today where the rubber met the road with the Rodgers situation, or is that training camp? Also, I am going to be doing journalism and broadcasting classes this fall. Any tips? Yeah, don't listen to anything I have to say because holy shit, am I not a journalist? As far as Rodgers, no. Rubber didn't meet the road today. Today was completely expected. The rubber will definitely be meeting the road at the start of training camp. That is when we'll find out what is what, as it were. Does the team know if a player has been vaccinated or not? Yes, they have to, Butch, because if they are vaccinated, they are not tested daily. If they are not vaccinated, they have to get tested every day. Those are the rules. And that's, not an invasion. It's not a HIPAA thing because that's what everyone throws out. Not saying that you are, but that's the agreement between the PA and the league. So if a guy is vaccinated, he doesn't have to do daily testing. If he's not vaccinated, he's tested for COVID every day, just like they were last year. Really feels like COVID's never going to end. Chris, thanks for the super chat. Devontae's inner monologue. Only I didn't say fudge. You got that right. Oh, man. Nags like clockwork. People are already overreacting to Love's accuracy during camp and saying the accuracy isn't something you can fix. I'm shocked. I tell you, shocked. Nicholas, you knew that was happening. I talked about it this morning. And to them, I say, did anyone watch Josh Allen's rookie year? Thanks. Have a good night. Bye. Drive home safe. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but A, it's one fucking minicamp practice. Relax. And B, can we let the kid get coached for just a little bit? Man, literally, Devontae talked about this. Man literally took no snaps last year, even in practice, because Aaron took like 99.9% of them. Can we just chill? Of course not. This is the internet. How stupid of me. Hey, Aaron, hope you're doing well, buddy. Joe, that's the nicest thing anyone's said to me today. Thank you for that. Very, very nice. Let love in. There you go, Joey. Now you're getting it. Now you're there. Better sound bites, Winston Moss or Joe Witt Jr.? Ooh, sound bites, it's got to, come on, Winston Moss is undefeated, but Joe Witt was the best to talk football with. And he just listened to him talk about football. It was awesome. Love me some Joe Witt. Plot twist, Shailene Woodley is a lifelong Bears fan and has convinced Rodgers to leave Green Bay. Nothing would surprise me at this point. Rodgers' last straw was hole in the field in the preseason. I doubt that. Why is management so afraid of getting input from 12? Are they worried they won't get all the credit for personnel decisions? No. They've had a way of working since 1993 and have won a boatload of games working that way. That's why. Never, ever in the history of the Ron Wolf tree have they taken input from any player, superstar quarterback or no. Their way has been really successful. That's why. Now, you can disagree with that, and lots of people do, but that is why. It's not because they're afraid of the shine being off of them for personnel decisions. Hell, every good decision they make, no one talks about anyway. Good Lord. Thomas. Oh, my God. You guys are hilarious. Aaron Jones for 14 TDs this year. Book it. Robin, why so low? Only 14? Come on now. QBs are always a work in progress. People got to chill on J-Love. Remember, Rodgers held ball over ear. That was one of the things they talked about today. Jordan's noticeable kind of lowering of his carriage, much like you're talking about with Rodgers, who it's crazy if you go back and watch some of the preseason stuff from his first couple of years where he's like this. Like, it's nuts. Like, every snap, it's up here, just like Tedford taught him. But, yeah, of course, yes, 100%. Quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, are always a work in progress. And every day it's about getting that stuff on tape and going back and breaking it down. And the accuracy stuff from Love today is great because now he's got a ton of tape to look at. Where were your feet? What was your shoulder like? Where was your weight? Where were you transferring weight correctly? I mean, all these things are going to be broken down in the smallest details by Luke Getsy, by Matt LaFleur, and they're going to go over it with Jordan. And now the question is, can he take what happened today and learn from it and continue to develop with it? 30,000 feet, baby. That's how you got to look at this stuff. Devontae will break the record for amount of records broken in a season. I like it. Now you're talking. Enjoyed your question to Devontae about training camp. A good question and straight to the point. Thanks, Paul. It's funny, too, because I know what's funny is like the whole point of the new rule in the new CBA about getting fined $50,000 a day is to ensure that there aren't holdouts, right? But the man did just punt on $500,000 by not showing up and gathering out his workout bonus. So it stands to reason if he really had his kind of mindset on this and wanted to prove a point, he would say, maybe I won't show up at least right away for training camp. So I just wanted to ask, and plus it gives Devontae the opportunity to just put it out there and look like the awesome dude he is, which is great. The man is the man. All right, got time for one or two more here. If Jordan Love throws a pass in the woods and no one is around to see it, is the media still going to criticize it? Probably, Kevin. No doubt about it. Hey, I do want to give a shout out, though, to Domofsky for how he wrote up the 2-minute drill, because he made sure to note that it was the one that they've seen. There are undoubtedly going to be or have been others that they've worked on and the media hasn't been privy to. It is just one snippet of one practice. People got to remember that. But of course, that doesn't get clicks. Was DeGuara a full participant or still rehabbing? Still rehabbing, Caleb. I think he'll probably be rehabbing right through the offseason. We'll see if he's ready to go for the start of training camp, which I think would be a big win, and I'd be excited for it, obviously. But, yeah, I wouldn't expect him to be let loose anytime soon. Let's see. Brett Favre hasn't shown up to minicamp. Is he mad? Good point. Good point. It is kind of funny back in the day when he got excused by Mike McCarthy. He ended up showing up anyway. Good times. Good times. What else we got? Literally, thanks for doing. You're welcome, Billy. But now it's over because I got to go. I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day on Packers Daily, but then here on Extra Cheese. I'll be doing them every day this week after practice just to chop it up with you fine folks. But like I said, be here tonight on YouTube, Facebook, and the Pack's What She Said Twitch page. We'll all be streaming Pack's What She Said live. So be sure to catch that. Maggie and Perry talking Packers, taking your questions. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Lambeau time this evening. Please do me a monster favor and hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Go Pack Go.